Hello and welcome to another What's Inside. Today we are looking at Disney's The Lion King, the game, board game, made with real wood. It's in a wooden box. So that seemed kind of cool. Although the outer box is cardboard, I guess this is supposed to be another thing inside. I don't know. It's from Cardinal, ages 6 and up, 2 to 4 players. From the only date I could find on here, this is from 2018, but I bought it in 2020 at Walmart, so it might still be in the stores. If you're a big Lion King fan, this has a really cool image here. So let's flip this over and see what the back looks like. We've got a token dispensing hippo. We've got our Rafiki. I don't know how to say that name. He determines which way you're going. Lots of little pieces. And it looks like the wooden box is the board. So let's open this up, take a look at what we've got. We're going to have one board, one spinner, which comes in 4 parts, 2 hippo token dispensers, 34 tokens, 4 playmats, 4 character movers, 8 plastic stands, 1 3D graveyard, that's dark, 1 3D pride rock, and 1 instruction sheet. So it should be pretty good. You can see my ceiling for some reason. So let's open this up. Okay. Alright, so the outer box, still pretty, garbagey packaging. I expect that from Cardinal, quite honestly. Yeah, I have a light bulb out if you saw that. Alright, so this is actually pretty nicely on here. But it did get scuffed up real easily in the corner. I just opened it, so it does scuff the image pretty easily, so you'll want to be very careful. Look at that little white dot on there. That's gonna, oh, okay, that came off good. That was just packaging. You want to be very careful. It doesn't seem like this is on here very well, so if you're going to display this, be very careful about letting people touch it and handle it. Otherwise, it is nice. It does say the Lion King game on here. You'll want to check the hinges if you're buying this used to make sure that they're not damaged. This is not highbrow wood. You can see it's got a little dent in here already. The bottom is actually pretty decent. It's got the production date of 9/2018 from China. California Phase 2 compliant. I don't know what that means, but cool. Compliancy for formaldehyde. Why would you put that on? Okay, I'm not going to ask questions. But yeah, definitely check the hinges. So let's see what we've got in here. Ooh, okay. It's got a big sticker there. Alright. So we've got 2 distinctly different hippos with horns? Why does it have a unicorn horn? Alright, you press their little unicorn. Well, I'll show you a little more closely here in a minute. Alright. This little piece of cardboard that we don't need. Here's our instruction sheet, which is really trash. This is low end. It's colorful at least, but it's really cheap paper. They could have made this smaller, put a staple in it, made it 3 or 4 pages or something, but this is trash paper. And it's sad too, because the box is actually kind of cool. So we've got our game board inside here, and you have to kind of move around through here and over to this sketchy graveyard area. So that's kind of a gimmick, but the sticker itself is pretty decently attached. It's probably not going to hold up real well. The coating on it doesn't seem real good, so it'll probably get crayons or something on it. And it looks like the little monkey guy goes here. He's in a big Ziploc container. So Let's get the board out of the way and take a look at the components a little more closely. Alright, we'll start with the bigger pieces. These are just kind of big plastic bags with tape on them. Here we've got some tokens. And these are our 34 tokens. They just kind of punch out of here. They've got different colors. So these are actually pretty decent. Here's our spinner for move tokens. This is pretty nice cardstock, actually. I'm fairly impressed with that, considering Cardinal tends to do things on the low end. That's okay. We've got... These have actually little indentures so you can put the tokens on there. That's pretty cool. So there's Timon. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. Nala, I think. And these are the ones you're trying to collect with 3 open spots. Simba. On the back of them just say the Lion King. Like those two are identical. You can see it's the same scene, just slightly different shape to it. We've got Pumbaa. And then we've got another scene here that's supposed to be 3D-ish. You just put it on the side of the box. It's not that 3D, it's rippled here, but eh. Then you've got your little stands here. These are kind of standardized stuff, not particularly impressive. Easy to replace, generally speaking. So everything. It says Spin Master Limited, that's who owns Cardinal. Alright, we've got 2 of the hippos. And these do not require batteries. You just put the discs in here, and it's got a little spring in there, and then you press this to dispense them. That's it. Pretty actually easy, very cunningly so, because then it doesn't require additional pieces or electronic components that they'd have to pay extra money for. It's a nice simplistic design. It's not the highest quality it would break, but I expected it to be a lot cheaper. And the main difference between the two is that one is a darker color. That one's more of a purple color, and this one's more of a pink color. Otherwise, the design looks exactly the same, with the same feature. I don't know why they have unicorn horns or anything, but I assume it's just to give it a dispenser. So those are actually kind of cool. And will probably be used to launch those discs at somebody if possible, just to annoy them. Let's take a look at our last piece here. Alright, this is going to be what the movement thing goes on. It's a little bit raised up so that these pieces will go on there. And this will hold the board down, and you push that in there, and it will lock into place. Now, if you're buying this used, you want to make sure that all these pieces are accounted for if it's already assembled, because if it breaks, it probably won't spin very well. This is actually pretty nice. It's about the same as a Hero Click on quality. It's pretty nice plastic, actually. It's a good mold. Paint job's really good on it. This is probably the most impressive piece of the game, honestly, because the hippos were decent. They're still low-end plastic. This is actually like a vinyl, and it's pretty nice. And it's got Disney copyright, says made in China on it on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that very well. No copyright information, but you'll definitely recognize him as the guy from the movie. So most of the components are pretty decent. These pieces are a little hit and miss for me, but it was a nice addition to have these with the slight indenture, so you can put the tokens on there, because it is just two pieces of cardstock glued together, but it does make it a little more reinforced. I'd be a little worried that over time, if you're just collecting this, that the glue might separate, but I don't think that's going to be a big concern. I'd be more concerned with everything being accounted for and in good shape, especially these pieces that would be popped up, and kids would probably bang them around a little bit. So let's put this stuff away, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, I was a little hesitant when I first opened this, because this retails for about 20 bucks. And it should still be on the shelves somewhere. Probably at a big box store. Like I said, I think I bought this at Walmart. And Cardinal tends to have a pretty bad reputation with me for quality. And the outside cardboard box, not good. That instruction sheet being really low end was not impressive. But the box itself is pretty cool looking. It's got a lot of vibrant color on here. It'd have been nice if the sides had some images on it, but you can't get everything. The box itself isn't bad. I'd be a little worried about scratching this up or the interior sticker getting damaged, but for the price, it's not bad. If you're a big Disney fan, you'll probably want to add this to your collection, especially if you love The Lion King. It's a cool little gimmick, and it is very gimmicky, but it's a neat little addition. You can set this up and display it or something like that, and you can always play the game too. If you've got kids that like Lion King, I think they'll like this. The hippos are pretty decent quality. They're not the greatest, but they're definitely not bad for the price point, especially coming from Cardinal. I expected this stuff to be way, way cheaper, but I think it'll hold up pretty well over time as long as kids are relatively gentle, or if you're just displaying it. It's definitely got a lot to say for collectability because it can be displayed so nicely, because it is a nice wooden box. I'd be a little worried about dust being on here though, and scuffing up the image, like that corner. Otherwise, kind of cool. I'm just not a big Disney person. But if you're into Disney stuff and Lion King, you're definitely going to want to check this out. But that's just my take. That's going to do it for this one. We've seen what's in the box. You've heard my opinion on it. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video about this awesome game for kids, be sure and hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you want to help the channel otherwise, links are in the description to my Patreon, Streamlabs, and Teespring store. And if you're into comics, check out my Bad Comic Review channel. But in the meantime, thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.